Hi everyone. So today we are going to be making another version of Goma tofu. We did Goma tofu last year with black sesame, and this year I thought we'd just make the plain version with white sesame. So what Goma tofu is it's not tofu in our sense of tofu. It's not made from soybean, but it is like a foundational food in Japanese Buddhist culture. So I thought this would be really neat to make again. Essentially what it is the base is a mix of ground up sesame and then kudzu starch. Kudzu is Japanese arrowroot or Chinese arrowroot, and it is a group of climbing, coiling, and trailing deciduous perennial vines native to much of East Asia, Southeast Asia, and some of the Pacific Islands. Traditionally, even today, has a lot of like medicinal purposes. People will just like make thicker teas out of it, but it is still just the starch of the kudzu vine root. The reason that I think it's used in a lot more, healthy type recipes is this is a starch that is minimally processed. So that is very different from, your cornstarch or, other starches that, might be a little bit more processed. But this one in particular, we're just going to cook the starch and the sesame all together until it gets nice and thick, and then we're just going to, put it into a mold and set it. And then essentially you'll have these blocks that look like tofu. It's like little pudding blocks. I'd say the texture, because it is a starch set product, is going to be a lot more like a custard kind of texture, like kind of that smooth, bouncy feel versus something like a silken tofu. So it's different that way. You can serve it savory with like a savory sauce, but you could also sweeten it up, and this could be a dessert as well. So so I really hope you all enjoy the Goma tofu. So we're gonna grind up the sesame until it becomes just like tahini. And this process obviously can take a while, so you don't have to use, one of these surabachis. You can go ahead and, pretty much either use tahini if you already have it, which might be easier, or if you wanted to, just an electric grinder, and then you might want to just add a little bit of water in it just to kind of get the paste going, and then it might be easier. Okay, so this has been a good, I don't know, like 8 minutes or so. It's very difficult to get it into a paste just because it's dry still. So I think what I'm gonna do, add a little boiling water to it and get it a bit finer. And get it warm. About 75 grams of kudzu starch with 750 milliliters of water. I've saved a little bit of water in case if this mixture looks maybe too dry as I'm cooking it, but you just want to make sure that there are no clumps. And then we're gonna put in our sesame. So you just want to bring this up to a boil and then lower it down to a simmer and cook it for like 20-25 minutes until it gets thick. This is after 20 minutes, quite warm. So I think I'll stop here. Sometimes people cook it for like a half an hour, but I think this looks pretty good.